All right, Bony Pals, how you guys doing? We're thinking about you guys. Hope you're doing well. One of the things that we like doing in the morning to get our day started, instead of coffee, we make masala chai. And I want to show you a couple steps for my recipe and the one that I typically prefer. Let's get into it. All right, so some of the things you're going to need to make this happen is a digital scale, because many of the custom chai spices that we're putting together need to be weighed out, and I just use an inexpensive one. It helps me track it in grams or ounces or many other measurement quantities. Just a bowl that you can put it in. You're going to need some kind of measuring cup to put your water and or milk that you enjoy, a strainer, just a spatula or a whisk to spin it up, and then some kind of spice grinder. I use a coffee grinder. It's just a blade grinder that I find works almost as good or better than most of the spice grinders I've tried out. All right, so we'll try this out. Okay, well, we got our spices here, and you'll see I try and use whole spices whenever possible. So I've got 14.2 grams of cumin. I've got 14.2 grams of whole coriander seeds, 2 grams of cinnamon, 4.2 grams of peppercorn, and then 2.1 grams of nutmeg and cloves and fennel seeds. I got a couple bay leaves. I've got 1 star anise, and then depending on the heat you like, you can use as much to your discretion of red pepper flakes. I find that 2 grams is the perfect amount. Not too hot, but just spicy enough. Anyways, we'll grind those up and see what happens. So I've added my 1.5 cups of water. Turn my heat on because I want to get this boiling. You'll add the amount of sugar that you like. This is just turbinado sugar. I'll use a teaspoon of that. I use a teaspoon of my masala powder. And then a teaspoon of your favorite black tea. I just do a heaping teaspoon of that because I like it a little more. We'll wait till that gets boiling. As you can see, it's starting to boil. So I just give it a little stir just to make sure the tea and spices are moving around evenly. Because it's boiling, I'm going to go ahead and add my 1/2 cup of milk as well. So you want to keep an eye on this, because once it starts boiling, you're going to want to take it out immediately. If you leave it on too long, the milk will burn. Okay, well, the milk's boiled sufficiently, as you can see. It's looking pretty good. Stir it up real good. Chai walls will do the high pours and mix it around, but I just mix it around to make sure it's nice and even. And then pour it through my strainer. This is key because you don't want a lot of grit and sediment. Oh boy. Look at that. You can only smell this. It's got just the right amount of spice. There's not a lot of overpowering spices in it, and it's not too hot. And it just tastes great. So give it a shot. I'm interested in hearing how you like it. So make sure you put some comments in there and let me know what you think. And thanks for joining us. Enjoy yourself, and let me know how you liked the masala chai tea.